All right, guys, let's go. Both arms forward. Get those arms moving. Nice and relaxed. Get those arm swings going. Use the scapula, the upper back to move those arms. Go backwards. Right arm forward. Right arm back. Left arm forward. Left arm back. Let's get in some squats. Down, press up through your shoulders. Lift those arms. As you come up, lean back into your heels. Keep those knees wide. Two more. Good. All right, grab your cords. Let's go 30 seconds, easy. Both arms. Getting warmed up. Here we go. 30 seconds, nice and easy. 3, 2, 1, go. Don't worry about speed. Just nice, full, long stroke. Press down on that thumb, get the elbow up. Come all the way through. Finish with that flat hand. Three, two, one. Good. We're gonna go lying face down. We're gonna go alternating Superman. Lie face down. Lift up your left arm, right leg. Down. Right arm, left leg. Down. Use your glute and your scapula to lift. So here we go. 30 seconds. Alternating Superman. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Spine is neutral. Eyes are straight down. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Good. All right, grab your cords. Here we go. 30 again coming up. 30 seconds. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 30 seconds. Nice and easy. Make sure you have a wide entry at the front. Don't be too narrow with those arms. I'd say a little wider than shoulder distance apart as you reach out. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, lying. Alternating Superman. Here we go. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Reach the toes away from you, reach the fingertips away from you. Stay nice and long. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Good. All right, last round. Here we go. 30 seconds easy. 2, 1, go. Keep it nice and long, nice and strong. Elbow stays up. Open the armpit. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, alternating one more time. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Alternating Superman. Three, 2, 1. Good. Get a drink. All right. So when I'm on deck, I'm still seeing a lot of you guys pulling that lead arm too early. So one thing I always carry with me in my pool bag that I'll start using with you guys is PVC pipe, right? So it forces us to leave. So I always carry PVC pipe in my pool bag because it forces us to leave that lead arm out there longer, so we can't pull until we grab that pipe and pull with the other arm, right? Grab the pipe, pull with the other arm. So we get used to leaving it out there. Then when we get rid of it, we're not going to necessarily do catch-up stroke, but we get used to having a little more of a delay in the front end, allowing us to get that front quadrant of the stroke. Another thing you can think of that I was thinking about, that if you guys have ever been bowling, you knock the pins down, then you set them up. Knock the pins down and you set them up. Knock the pins down and then you set them up. Can't knock the pins down before you set them up, right? So maybe you can think that with your arm. Knock them down, set them up. Knock them down, set them up. Then as you increase speed, you leave the hands out there. You just make the turnover quicker. Knock them down, set them up. Knock them down, set them up. Knock them down, set them up, right? So let's work on that here. With the chords, we're going to alternate our stroke. And we're just going to think about the timing of that stroke. So we're delaying the front end a little longer. So pull, knock them down, set them up. Knock them down, set them up. Knock them down, set them up, right? So give yourself a little more of a delay at the front end, allowing you to purchase more water at the start of your stroke. So we're going to go 45 seconds alternating, nice and easy. And think about that timing. We're recovering underneath as usual with the chords, but I want you to think about the timing of the stroke and how you're leaving that lead arm out there a little longer when we get into the water. So 45 seconds alternating. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Nice and easy. Just think about how when you get into the pool today or sometime this week, you're going to leave that lead arm out there a little longer when you're recovering with the opposite arm. Because we can never knock down a new set of pins until we set them up again. Focus on the open armpit, high elbow, firm wrist. Wide entry at the front. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, so I'm going to sit down. So you're going to sit up and you're going to be at a 90-degree angle at your hips. So you're going to sit up and you're going to try and keep it 90-degree, torso to legs. And you're going to keep your knees locked out. And you're just going to lift your left leg up from the hip so you're outside the shoulder line. And then you lift it up and bring it back next to your right foot. Right? So we're going to go 30 seconds on the left, 30 seconds on the right. So you're coming out about a foot from your start position to outside the shoulder. And then you're coming back in right next to that opposite leg. You can go one leg and then the other leg. 30 seconds on each side. 3, 2, 1. Keep that knee locked out. Lift from the hip. Do it at your own speed. Try not to put your hands down next to you. If you need a little help, you put the hands down next to you, but try not to. And you can go as high as you like. The higher you go, the harder this is. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Switch feet, switch legs. Knee stays locked out. This isn't a hamstring. This isn't a quad exercise. It's hip flexor. And if you don't want as much of a challenge or you're having a tough time with it, don't go as high with how high you're lifting your leg. 5 seconds. 2, 1. All right, good. Grab your cords. Knock them down, set them up. Here we go. 45 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Eyes straight down. Feel that upper back and lats get engaged as you pull through the stroke. You shouldn't be feeling the shoulder. Go 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's go that again. First leg, 30 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Keep that knee locked out. Touch that heel to the ground. And then lift it right back up. Make sure you're breathing. Three, 2, 1. Other side. Try to keep good posture, that torso. 3, 2, 1. Good. Grab your cords. Remember, knock them down is when you're pulling. Set them up is when you recover. Don't worry about speed right here. Next round, we'll worry about speed. but you're just switching off those hands at the front. You never want to not have a hand in the front. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Alternate. Always have an arm in the front. Nice and firm, like we said a few weeks ago. Like you're holding an elephant up with that arm. So hold it out there firm all the way until the opposite arm sets them back up. Three, 2, 1. Good. All right, here we go. Last round. First leg, 30 seconds. Keep that knee locked out. Feet are at 90 degrees. 3, 2, 1. Do it at your own speed. Doesn't have to be fast. Doesn't have to be really high. As long as you feel in that hip flexor. Five seconds. 2, 1. Other leg. 30 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Good. Get a drink. All right, we're going to do alternating again, but we're going to do it for 60 seconds. We're going to build that for every 20. So you're not going to change the fact that you're keeping one arm out in front of you. You're just going to change how fast they're switching off at the front, right? You're always going to have an arm in front, but as we increase effort, you are increasing how fast you're switching off at the front. All right? So 60 seconds, build effort every 20. And I want you to notice as you increase the speed, how that switch off becomes faster in the front of the stroke. All right? Alternating 60 seconds. Let's start at 70%. Nice and easy. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Alternate. You have a little more time at the front before you switch arms. It's still only a split second, but that split second gets shorter as we increase the intensity, which we're going to do in 3, 2, 1. Now we're just switching off a little faster, but you're always leaving one arm out. Nice and firm. Three, 2, 1. Faster again. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Good. Go on your back again. We're going to do some bridges. Press up through the heels. Clasp your hands in front of your eyes up towards the ceiling. Press up through the heels. Pause for a beat. Back down to the start. Your toes are in the air. Your weight is on the heels. Press up with power. Pause for a beat. Back down to the start. Let's make sure we curl our hips under at the start and we keep our good neutral spine as we progress through these 30 seconds. Power bridges. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Toes are in the air, weights on the heels, curl your hips under, press up through the heels, squeeze the glutes at the top, back down to the start. Three, two, one. Good. Grab your cords. Here we go. 20, 20, 20. Think about that switch off. You'll always have an arm in front of you. Here we go. Three, two, one. Is it? Dramatic pause when we're going nice and easy. Here we go. 5 seconds. Increase the intensity in two, one. Faster switch off in front. Never left without an arm in front, though. Three, two, one. Faster again. Three, two, one. Good. All right, power bridges. Weight on your heels, toes in the air. Clasp those hands straight up in front of your eyes. Curl your hips under. Here we go. Two, one. Power up. Pause. Down to the start. Get that movement explosive as you press that pelvis up to the ceiling. Explode up. Five seconds. Three, two, one. Good. All right, one more round alternating. Here we go. Build that for every 20. Three, two, one. Let's go. Dive that thumb in as you get into that setup position, which is going to help that elbow pop up. Keep the strength, the power in those lats. Increase intensity in three, two, one. Let's go. A little faster switch off, a little more acceleration in the stroke. Increase intensity in two, one. Faster. Come on. Faster switch off. Knock them down, set them up. Knock them down, set them up. Three, two, one. All right, one more bridge. Power bridges. Here we go. Weight on the heels, toes up, curl your hips under. 30 seconds. Two, one. Let's go. Keep those hips curled under. Don't let that back arch. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, get a drink. All right, go both arms, 45 seconds. We'll build effort every 15. 45 seconds, both arms. Build effort every 15. So by that last 15 seconds, we're putting out a lot of power. All right, getting back into some big strength and power here by using both arms. 45 seconds, nice and easy. 2, 1, let's go. Get the stroke down, perfect. So as we increase intensity, you keep that perfection in the stroke. Firm wrist, high elbow, open armpit. 2, 1, increase that acceleration. 2, 1, increase acceleration again. Come on. Now in 5 seconds, we're going to go alternating for 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, alternate 15 seconds. Left arm, right arm, weight out the front, intense. Come on. High effort. 3, 2, 1. A little surprise for you guys there. All right, let's go in push-up position. Push-up position, curl your hips under, keep your hips down. Don't let that butt poke up. Hips nice and stable, walk out. Walk forward with your hands a couple feet, a couple steps. Back with your hands a couple steps. Do that, repeat that plank walkout for 30 seconds. Don't let those hips move. 2, 1, curl those hips under you. Keep them nice and stable. If you can't do it, widen your feet. And if you still are having a tough time, put your knees down and do it from that position. Bringing those hands back to under the shoulders, and then you restart walking those hands out. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, both arms, 45 seconds. Build every 15. All right, here we go. Nice and easy to start. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Make sure you're making that half diamond with your right arm, your left arm. Not just pressing down to get into that setup. 2, 1. Bring up the intensity a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Intensity up again. All right, we're going to alternate. 3, 2, 1. Alternating left arm, right arm. Always have one arm in front. Quick switch. 5, 2, 1. Good. All right, plank walkouts. Keep those hips stable. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Just walk out to where you're comfortable. You don't have to go too far. Key is keeping the hips stable as the upper body's moving. Just as when we're biking, running, swimming, we don't want a lot of movement in those hips. more stable we can get the hips, more power we can transfer into the lower body. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, guys. It's a solid 30. Really nice. So this week, I want you guys to think about knock them down, set them up. Knock them down, set them up. And if you need to get that PVC pipe, find me. I'll have a few of them. Get it. Hold it out. Good thing to do in warm-up so you get the feel for what it is to hold that arm out there a little longer. Then you drop the pipe and you keep that same feel. As you increase speed, you just increase that turnover. All right, so that's what you got to work on this week. Really solid session. Good job, guys. I'll see you tomorrow on the ride. Bye.